What's up guys, Zach here from the Chaos Galaxy, but today I'm going to be doing another video in the series My Old TCGs. And the first video of this segment got a really good response, so I'm going to make quite a few more videos for this. I didn't really know how well you'd respond to it, but the video's already got over 2,000 views in about 3 weeks, which is really awesome. So today I'm going to be showing you a TCG that I made when I was about 15, and it was called Evolvers. Here are some of the cards here, and I'll just teach you a bit about how you play the game. So you have these guys here, which are called protectors, as you can see there, it says protector, and they have a health rating and an attack rating. And then the way you play the game is you can play one protector every turn. You have a normal deck and you draw a card every turn like most TCGs, and then you have this sort of army of protectors that you build up, and the thing that they're protecting are your evolvers, and you put them sort of behind your protectors because they're protecting it. I'd say if you're comparing this to a game like chess, your protectors would be like the pawns. It doesn't really matter if they get killed, and then your evolver would be like the king that if it dies you lose the game. However, you start off with a stage 1 evolver from a certain set, so this is the Doomfin set, and they also have a health and attack rating, and they say evolver there, and they have a red background. So it starts off with stage 1, and then what happens is, say your opponent uses something to, kill your protectors. If you have no protectors left, then your opponent will be able to attack your evolver. And if they attack your evolver and kill it by having an attack higher than your evolver's health, then that evolver dies, but it then will evolve to a stage 2 evolver. And in the first case here, we have stage 1, which is Schwaggle, who you might recognise from the Chaos Galaxy TCG. And then he will die and then become the Schlopper Schlom Eel, who has considerably higher power and health because, he's evolved. And then when he dies, he will evolve into the stage 3 of the Doomfin set, which is Spine-Side Serpent here, again with higher power, attack and health than the Eel. And then stage 4, which is Kaznakan Serpent here, and then the ultimate stage, stage 5, is the Kaznakan Twin Serpent. So basically when you kill all your opponent's evolvers, you will win the game. And I think it's a pretty cool mechanic having actual creatures instead of life points or health points or whatever most TCGs have. And I'll just show you some more of the sets of evolvers that I've got. We have all these ones here, these are the original prints, so they're all stuck together for one piece of paper, so I could just photocopy them and cut out the copies to use in games. But we have Blade here, which is stage 1 of the Scythe Edge set. We've then got Skicker, who is stage 2. Scythe Sect, who is stage 3, who again is in the Chaos Galaxy TCG. We've then got Steck Blade, who is the stage 4, and he has an ability that says, whilst he's your current evolver, every turn you can look at the top card of your deck, so that's pretty handy. And then the final stage, which is stage 5, and he's also a rare, you can tell by the little R in the corner, was Schizora. Who was pretty cool. I think the ones that I used were they were weird. I couldn't find them. They were like jungle things, and they started off as a little plant guy who evolved into a big tree, and then he evolved into a massive tree warrior in the end. I couldn't find them, which was really annoying. There are these ones, which are some of my favourites as well. The Dynabomb set. We have Bomber, who's the basic one. We've then got Bomber Bomb Bomber. It sounds like a song or something, who's stage 3. Then we've got Blast Beast, who's a little dog made out of bits of dynamite. And all these ones had really high power but relatively low health. And then we have Dynadog, who's the stage 4. And then the final stage was Dynamite Dragon, who was really cool. He had 300 attack, which was pretty powerful. And he had an ability that said, when it dies, kill your opponent's stage 4 and 5 evolvers if they're on the pitch. This ability wouldn't really work now because started off as the game, it started as your stage 5 evolver, and then when that died it'd go down to 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. But so this was actually pretty useful, but then obviously because it's the other way around, now if this card would die you'd lose the game anyway because it's your level 5 evolver. Anyway, that's another set. We then had these ones here, which was called the Skeletrick set, and we had Skelecal, who was stage 1. Commander Crossbones was stage 2, I always quite liked him. We've then got Skulltra, who is the stage 3. Stage 4 was Spike Skull. Stage 5 was Skeletal Nightmare. And then I introduced this mechanic later on in the game, He's the Underlord, who's the boss monster, and he's a stage X. And now what I did with the stage X was, you didn't have it in your pile of evolvers, like with all of these. You'd put your stage X and shuffle it into your deck, and then whenever you drew it during the game, you could just play it as your current evolver. And that was a pretty awesome mechanic, although the stage X evolvers were normally pretty OP. Although I really like this guy's artwork, and I think this is definitely one of the cooler evolver sets. And then these are just some effector cards, which are the equivalents of spells, traps, resources, or whatever you want to call them. And I'll just show you some of the protectors that I've made, because some of them are pretty cool. We've got Dan and Dodge, who was sort of the cover card of the first set. He was a rare, and he's got 220 attack and 160 health. Then got Wingo, Gomp, Zorb, Zingo. They all have quite strange names. Vizuzu, who you'll recognise from Chaos Galaxy. Atamoria, he was one of my favourites. Fate Grave. Now these are some effector cards, like I said before. This one was pretty OP. It says play one of your dead protector or evolver cards. That could come in really handy sometimes. Then Survival of the Fittest. Kill the card on the pitch with the lowest attack. And as you can see, we have Atamoria appearing in the artwork there, as well as this little guy who, I think his name was Cheesy. I can't find him, but I remember him. And then Super Juice, which gives one of your protectors an extra 150 attack until the end of the turn. They're just some example cards from the game. I also made Ark Types for this game, which were pretty cool. And if you don't know what Ark Types are, you'll know what they are. They're in Yu-Gi-Oh! And all sorts of games. It's basically a set of cards that are all based off something, and they work together. So these ones here were the Animex, and they're all like animals mixed with mechanical things, and they all combo together, and it's pretty cool, so I thought I'd show you them. Okay, so first off we have Animate Turbo Shark, who was my favourite card in the Animex set, and it says the turn after you play this, your opponent can't play any special cards, and special cards, I changed the name from special to effectors later, so he's pretty good. Then got Animate Pylon Stag. Then got Crane Viper, and it says when you play this you can add an Animate protector from your deck to your hand. Animate Light Bulb Bumblebee, and he says when you play this card from your hand, look at your opponent's hand if you have another Animate card on your pitch. Then got Animate Helicopter Penguin, he was pretty cool. It says all other Animate cards gain 50 health and attack. Animate Digger Scorpion says the turn that you play this you can also play an extra Animate protector, because you can only play one creature per turn. And we then have the boss monster, which is Animate Missile Hippo, who's a rare. He had the ability once per turn, if you have another Animate protector on your pitch, you can kill one protector on your opponent's pitch. So they're all the Animate cards. I think my cousin used this deck, and then I used these guys here, who I'm about to show you. They were called the Weatherman. And they're these weird weather-based things with these strange eyes and mouths. But I really like the way I'd done them, so I used them. We have Weatherman Sunny, Weatherman Fog Eye. What else? He's on your pitch, your opponent can't look at the health of any of your other Weathermen, because it fogs their vision and stuff. Then Weatherman Tornado, I don't know. He can attack twice per turn if there's another Weatherman on your pitch. So they're pretty cool. Then got Weatherman Clued. Reads, if he die, you can kill another Weatherman on your pitch, and every time you do that, he gains an extra 50 health. And I remember one game where my brother kept attacking him, and I just used his ability every time, and I got his health up to like 300 or something really high. But that was pretty funny. And Weatherman Hailstorm, I think this was the support card directly for Weatherman Clued. Oh no, it wasn't, sorry, that was, what was it? I think it was Weatherman Snowflake or something. Or Rainstorm, I don't know, but anyway, I've lost it, but it could like double Clued's health. So if you got it up really high with its ability and then played the Rainstorm, then Clued would be on some ridiculous health. And yeah, basically, if you can pick a Weatherman in your dead pile, or graveyard, I'll just say graveyard because dead pile's a stupid name, and then this card's attack becomes that card's attack for the turn. Then got the boss monster, which is Weatherman Typhon, who's supposed to be a typhoon sort of thing. 300 attack, pretty good, but to play him you have to kill a Weatherman in your hand. Then got Weatherman Lightning. And then this was the first combiner card I ever made, and I used this mechanic in Chaos Galaxy. And this is Weatherman Rainbow, and you need the two parts to make a rainbow, which is rain and sun. It says the parts that you need to make it, and then it gives it its power and health. And you can play one extra Weatherman every turn, which is pretty good. And this also gains 50 extra power and health for every other Weatherman on your pitch. So yeah, that's the Weatherman archetype. I'll put all the archetypes here. We've got Include and the Animate. Another archetype that I made, these ones are actually laminated. They were the Chaos Supers, which were like superheroes. And it's actually quite interesting because someone has suggested that I make an archetype like this for Chaos Galaxy, but I'd actually already made one like 3 years earlier, which is pretty funny. Anyway, we've got Chaos Super Eagle Eye, and he reads, when he dies you can play a Chaos Super from your deck that has 150 or less health. Pretty handy. We've then got Chaos Super Whiplash, he was one of my favourites, thought he looked really cool. And when he dies, all your opponent's protectors lose 10 health for every Chaos Super on your pitch. Then got Chaos Super Ninja Head. Chaos Super Starman, he was like the basic one. Chaos Super Firebolt, and then if this dies you can kill one other Chaos Super on your pitch instead, so he's a bit like Weatherman Include. These all have the sort of theme that you can, they like protect, they do stuff when they die, like avenging each other, like superheroes would do. Chaos Super Smash Ground, he was one of the boss ones. He wasn't the main boss, but he was pretty good. And he said, if you have another Chaos Super on the pitch, you can swap this card's power and health, attack and health every turn. Then got Chaos Super Laserface, and then he was the boss one. Chaos Super Volcor. He was a limited edition because there was only one of him in the entire game. And what he does is, when you play this, if you have another Chaos Super on your pitch, you can, in your hand, sorry, you can kill one effector on the pitch. So it's pretty good. We then had the combiner for them, which was Chaos Super HQ, and it went together like that, which I think is pretty awesome. What it does is, it needs both halves, and it has 250 health and no attack, but it gets an extra 100 attack for every other Chaos Super on your pitch. So those are the Chaos Supers. And then another archetype, I've unfortunately lost most of the cards for this. These are the Bubbos. And we have Bubbo Knight, who is pretty strong. We've got Bubbo Sniper, who can attack an extra time for every other Bubbo you have. Then got Bubbo Defender, and whilst he's on the pitch, none of your other Bubbos can die. So he was pretty useful, and he was also a rare. Bubbo Sniper. And then this was a combiner, but it was really good because it was a 3-part combiner. And someone's again suggested this for Chaos Galaxy. And yeah, it's pretty interesting that I've already made one that no one knew about. But this was the Bubbo team, and it had the Archer, the Commander, and the Mage. And what they do, they had 270 health and 300 attacks, so it's really powerful. And then it can attack twice per turn if you have another Bubbo. So yes, they were the Bubbo archetype. There was another, the boss monster for them, it was like Bubbo Knight of Legends or something weird. I'll try and find it. And then this was another archetype called the Shape Knight that I was making, but I didn't finish them off. I stopped making the game before I could finish them off. But I'll go through them quickly. We have Shape Knight Lionel, who was a line. Sphero, who was obviously a sphere. Triangia, who's a triangle. Squaw, Pentada, who's a pentagon. And then Hexacore was like a boss one, and then Dodecahedrodon, he was going to be the boss monster, but I just stopped making the game before I drew him, which was annoying. And yeah, that was the last archetype. So yeah, this was definitely one of my more favourite TCGs that I've made. I really enjoyed doing it, and the games were pretty fun as well, although sometimes you would get stuck when your opponent had their stage 5 Evolver and you'd run out of resources. People just couldn't get past it. Like literally there was nothing they could do. So you'd just sort of lose the game, or the game would be a stalemate, which did get a bit annoying at times, but overall the game was pretty fun. I'd say this was the game when my drawing sort of matured, you know. In my old game, like Little Dudes, my drawings were really bad, but then when I sort of got to around 14 or 15, I started getting better at art. I was doing it quite a lot, and my games started to look a bit more professional. So yeah, this is sort of not halfway through the timeline of my trading cards. It's a bit more towards the end. I'd say if this is in the middle of the screen, and Little Dudes is there, and Chaos Galaxy is here, then evolvers, they're probably somewhere around this area. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Just another flashback to my old TCGs. It's quite nostalgic, me going through all of these and looking at them, because I just remember it so well making all of them. And yeah, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you like Yu-Gi-Oh, then check out my Yu-Gi-Oh channel called YugiBob3000. There'll be a link below. And follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.